Question. Coach, coming to this, iconic stadium, playing a ranked team, is there any added emphasis on sort of managing emotions when you're coaching this team this week?
Well, managing emotions is a great question. In fact, we've got about 4 to 6 guys on the football team in California. Last time we showed up at this place, it wasn't a good outcome for us. I thought our emotions got a little bit best of us. We talked about that all this week, about trying to keep ourselves calm. You're coming back home, all that influence you, and treat it like a business trip. You can tell, I think the guys were dialed in. They were dialed in all week. The opponent we were playing is a very good football team. I give credit and our staff credit for getting these guys prepared. Now we got a short week. We can't celebrate too long. We got a good team in Stanford, just Oregon. So we have to get ready to prepare all of a sudden next week. Early week we play on Friday.
Coach, you've talked a lot about the ceiling of this offense, specifically the passing game over the last month. Do you think we saw a glimpse of that tonight, what it really can be?
Well, we hit some big explosion plays in passing. Zach talked about putting the game plan this week. I told him a little bit about Porter, that he can run. And get him involved. It's nice to see him get involved down the field, how to use him. And Zach, as any good coach, says, yeah, coach, I didn't know the first series do it to him. I'm going to do it better with him. But it was good, and I thought that got us going, got Jaden going. And Jaden had to make some checks at the line. If we got a certain look, felt like we could throw the ball down the field. Jaden did a nice job reading the defense and then throwing the ball.
Coach, what does it say about Eric Gentry that he can make a play like that on fourth down in a moment like that?
His athleticism. He's a freshman. A bunch of them there at the end there. So that's kind of interesting. We're running out of good bodies all of a sudden, but he's a unique player. He really is. When you look at him, you think he's a basketball player. He's a tough guy. I know that because he's Philadelphia. I was in that city for 10 years. He's a unique player, smart, very athletic. He's going to get better as time goes. Got to get some weight on him, though.
Coach, what's it mean to you to be in the driver's seat at this stage of the season?
Well, it's a week-to-week situation in the Pac-12. We all know that, and that's how it works in our conference. It just seems like, I've told you guys this since I first got here. You never know what's going to happen. You just see it. You think, oh, and somebody loses, right? And I just think every week, and that's how we approached it, come get into the conference games. Players can enjoy it. It's basically a relief for coaches that we won another conference game, one more on the road, which is important. And now we got a bigger one coming in home against a good team in Stanford.
Coach, what about the way your team was able to respond tonight? I mean, there were some costly mistakes at times where some teams can go one way and your team chose to respond and battle with UCLA, especially in that first half and coming out in the second.
Yeah, well, we know how to put ourselves in a deficit at times. We figured that out. We know how to do all that. It wasn't bad. We only had 6 of them, but they were big ones. 3 points before the half because we misplay a ball. And young player wanted to make a play. That's the learning moment you got to teach guys about. It didn't come back to get us. But I thought our team was resilient. It just didn't flinch when things like that happened. And they just played through it. They had a mindset of there's going to be some things happening. And I told them in the game, I said, it's not going to be pretty. There's going to be some negative plays, but how we handle those negative plays are very important. And I thought for the most part, I felt energy on our sideline the whole time. It never varied. It was funny because we go in at halftime, and I looked at him before we went out. I said, "Guys, we're still winning. I get it's a point, but we're still in the lead." I said, so this, and then the offense came alive, and I thought the defense, AP and those guys did a great job second half to shut these guys down. And that's good defense.
Coach, is it all special to beat Chip Kelly, given that you've got similar backgrounds, NFL and all that?
Well, I don't know that. I know Chip from a long time. He's a fabulous football coach. And anytime you can win a road game against a Pac-12 opponent, that's good stuff. It's hard, man. It's hard. This conference is hard. It just is. 9 games you play against opponents, whether they're in the South or the North, it is tough. You see it every week. It happens, right? We've been fortunate so far. We've won 2.
Coach, on the subject of responding, the team seems to be starting to minimize the penalties, but what was happening with the substitution penalties?
Yeah, I don't know. One time we had 12, another time we had 13. I thought we were in Canada. Because I've been almost in every league, but I haven't been in Canada. I know they played 12. Yeah, we got young guys, special teams. It's just guys not knowing, or not speaking when they're coming in and takes, when you go in and take somebody out, it's good. I can take you out, it's good. I'll say, I got you. Don't just run in there and don't tell the guy, you tell him, bye, go out, so we'll get it figured out.
Do you feel better about where the team's at in terms of the penalties than you did?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of penalties, it's kind of ironic. Pac-12 leads all conferences as being the most penalized conference in football. So we gotta fix that.
Coach, congrats on the win first off.
Thank you.
What did you think of James' performance? You mentioned him making checks at the line of scrimmage. What did you think of his performance?
I think every week he's getting more familiar with the offense. Remember, he only played 4 games in it last year. This is what? He played 9 games. So I think he's getting more familiar with Zach. Zach's getting comfortable with Jaden. Jaden's getting comfortable with receivers. It's a process, but he did a great job. His grandpa died yesterday. And coming into this, he was a little emotional. I hugged him in the locker room and told him his spirit is in the stadium. His spirit is here, looking at you, watching you. Just understand him. I thought he went out and he really played good.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.